I don't care. But yeah, I would be so annoyed to have like after every game that I play to put up the whatever the other interface or the other screen or whatever. I would just be so lazy to do
Yeah,
that.
fair enough. But I suppose it's worth it.
Whoa.
So in the north, we've got the red Zerg, Scars.
His opponent in the bottom right, it's the blue Protoss, Imperator Bob. I might just call him Bob, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a 4-syllable word or a 1-syllable word, so I'm going with the 1-syllable.
For those of you who missed out on the blunder just a moment ago, we were discussing what imperator actually means. It's Latin for emperor.
So I predict that Scars goes for a hatch first, followed by a gas and a pool, and I think that Bob is going to go... Oh, shoot, he just threw down the gas. I was going to predict that, I swear. He's going to go Nexus, and then he's going to go Cybernetics Core.
Oh,
I don't know.
really?
I just have a feeling.
It must be a very strong feeling.
Yeah. Some might say it's deja vu.
I think we've been here before. This probe is going down a very familiar path.
Glitches in the Matrix abound today. There it is, gas and pool. And there's the expansion. Cybernetics Core with the same probe.
No.
Trying to remember what the word is for words like race car or Bob. Palindrome, that's it. A palindrome. Spelled the same forwards as backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Same backwards as forwards.
Getting the third base, seeing that there is none, it's way too early to get one though. Like it would have to be free hatch before pool, and
Yeah.
since the pool was spotted, this is an odd scout right there.
Yeah, oh, you know what? He's on patrol. I just checked right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's just going to keep on going back and forth until something kills him. Yeah. Until something kills him or until a base goes down. Stalker.
Speed's coming up.
Yeah, presumably the Stalker's just going out to try to push an Overlord away. Not sure he's going to be able to get it, though.
I'm pretty confident that that's what the purpose is, yeah. But the Overlord is so close to this little pedestal over there. What would you call that little high ground thing?
Outside of the Protoss Natural?
Yeah, the one where you can put your Overlord.
I don't know. I mean, I would describe it as a perch, but that's because that's what the Overlord does. It perches up there on the high ground, but independent of what is done with it, I don't know what I would call it. I would just call it a map artifact.
Alright, fair enough.
Which is kind of cheating, because that's technically what it is.
I mean, I'd call it a pylon, but the Protoss has pylons, so...
Wait, are we referring to the same thing? Are you looking at this here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would just call it a perch, because like I said, the Overlord just perches there and sees everything from atop the perch. But...
sounds good. Adept is going to be intercepted by Lynx, but it's going to see that there's, in fact, a hatch here. And Dark Shrine going down after the Twilight Council and Robo Facility. So we know what this is going to be. It's going to be DT drops.
Yes, sir. And, possibly combined even with maybe another pylon out there. Maybe a Warp Prism into the main. The reason why I say another pylon is because we've got a probe up in the top center of the map. So maybe a pylon's going to go down there now. Not really sure why else the probe would be there. And Warp Prism into the main? I don't know.
It's a distinct possibility. It could be hiding additional tech, such as the Stargate.
Could be.
But there are spores ready. For some very odd reason, there was actually no scout of this. There was only a scout of the Robo. But the build is so standard that I suppose you just always get your spores after you throw down your Roach Warren.
Yeah, especially with how common Stargate play is too. I feel like you can just never go wrong with throwing down a spore in each mineral line, unless they're doing like a 6-gate 2-base Warp Prism Adept all, and then you can go wrong. But aside from that, I think Spore Crawler is just a good bet against just about everything else that
Yeah.
the Protoss is doing. And the Warp Prism is scouted, by the way, by the Lings coming across the center of the map.
They're going for it anyway. I think they just want to poke the third and maybe force an overcharge. Oh, there's no pylon there. So they're actually going to poke the Hawker instead. And the Mothership Core is just pew-pewing at them.
Yep.
Another Adept is being called in there.
DT is being warped in and picked up by the Warp Prism. That probe, by the way, is still just sitting out there, so I'm not sure what he'll be up to. But the DTs are going to come into the main. All three of them, by the way. I'm not sure about that. I really don't know why he didn't spread them out.
I think he just wanted to fight the army, but thought better of it.
Yeah, I mean, he was immediately pushed away by Scars there.
Yeah, and he's gonna be morphing them into Archons now. Probably the right decision to make. I mean, you weren't gonna get any damage here, so might as well. Third base is being fully secured by a lot of pylons now. Gonna be gateways soonish.
Good defense
Pretty
here
good
from
surrounds.
Scars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really well done.
Queens are going up to the main. I guess they really want to push away this Warp Prism, and that's really the right move to make here. Creep spread is looking pretty good. It could go further, but it's definitely good enough for the moment. It's gonna see every little poke from the Warp Prism.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
that Archon was getting quite low.
Good job there by Bob.
Nice pickups for sure. Gold base being grabbed right now. And melee attack and baneling speed are finishing up, as well as the infestation pit. What's going on here? It looks like we're going to go to a quick layer or infestors. More roaches coming in, so I have to think it's infestors. And the proxy pylon has finally been laid down.
Yeah, finally got to work. He was collecting a paycheck that entire time.
Wonder what the plan with that is. Probably late game Zealotron buys.
Yeah, I would think so. And Bob does not yet know about the gold base, so he also might just be thinking that Scars wants to take the 4th at that location.
Storm being researched. Completely normal game so far. It's going to be Immortals, Archons, High Templars, and I'm going to say Adepts. But Charge has been researched only thus far, which is a bit odd.
Yep. And +1 melee has just finished. +1 attack for Bob is over 3/4 of the way done. He just finished 4 additional gateways, so that's going to bring him up to 8 warp gates in total.
And here's the charge not warping as well.
Yep, there it is. 3, they're coming down, and I think he's going to be surprised to see no base there. That's exactly what's going on. Yeah, because he went toward to where the base would be. He's at the edge of creep, sees there's no base there, and those charge lots are not going to get anything done. However, this should signify to him that the 4th base is at the gold.
Yes. This blue mineral location here should normally be the 4th base, but it's kind of okay to also go for the gold. It's a very similar distance.
Yeah, and Scars has been spreading his creep in that general direction as well, so shouldn't be too hard for him to defend.
The High Templar count is slowly growing. We're at 4 at the moment, and there's also 4 Immortals with actually 5, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking solid so far. At 64 probes to 73 drones, the differences aren't crazy at the moment, for sure.
We do have Burrow just now being researched. Infestors have been out, a few more popping right now, actually. So Burrowed Fungal could come into play.
There's actually no overload vision on the 12 o'clock location, and the Warp Prism is going there unseen. And now it's seen, obviously, but it's loaded with Zealots.
Yeah, he could warp in here. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing there to defend. I'm actually a bit surprised. Maybe he just didn't want to lose the Warp Prism to the 2 queens.
Yeah, and the Infestor Ravager Bane army is actually moving in on the Protoss main army, and
Storms go down.
Fungal.
Oh my.
Huge storms.
Yeah, and the storms actually, I think they killed as many of his own units as they did Lings. It was kind of a bit awkward there.
Yeah, yeah.
Scars is continuing to push in, burrows his infestors now, and there's actually no detection here. So those infestors are pretty safe, but he's got a bunch of Ravagers against 2 Immortals and, well, now 1 Archon. Biles actually landed right on that Archon.
Wow, this Protoss army is absolutely getting wrecked right now. That was a fantastic trade for Scars, no doubt about that.
Yeah, really well done there. He has not yet scouted the 4th base, but it's one of those scenarios where you have to figure that a 4th base is up. Hive Tech just starting right now. Spire about half of the way done. Another wave of roaches coming out. And here's...
I have to think it's going to be for Broodlords. Although Mutalisk would do the job as well.
Right. Another wave of Zealots coming in. I've got to question this a little bit. I know it's not a huge expense, but they're literally going to get nothing done.
Yeah.
For the second time. I think Bob finally realizes what's going on, and he has put a pylon down now very close to the gold base. But at this point, Scars has shored up his defense there with 3 spine crawlers and a spore. So he's definitely going to be safe to a run by.
Protoss ground attack level 3 is coming though, and it's probably going to get hit. It's probably not going to finish actually before the next fight. So
okay,
this is actually a bit of a tough spot.
I've got to draw your attention to something in the production tab. There's actually a second Dark Shrine going down. So clearly, significant misclick.
Wow.
Yeah. Lings are trying to get in here.
I've forgotten about that. Oh no. Yeah. Recall on the Stalkers is taking them to the Lings, but this just allows the Lings to be everywhere.
Yep, some of them getting surrounded right away. A lot of them going down, and Scars pushing in toward the natural at the same time, landing. Just actually missing on the Biles. Storms do land.
So many baited storms as well, though. And a fungal on these infestors, and the Biles are hitting them quite nicely.
Yeah, really nice job there.
Detonating on them. Archon falls, Immortal falls, everything falls. And soon our Protoss player is going to follow that fate.
Really well executed attack here from Scars, hitting in multiple locations, getting the Lings through at first, getting them up into the main, dividing the attention of the Protoss, dividing the forces, and then following through with that hammer, with the fungal on the army, and bringing it to a close with the Biles.
Interestingly enough, there was a great Spire on the way, but Mutalisks were being made. That's an odd choice, but it was going to work because the Protoss army was simply in shambles.
Yeah, especially after the Lings took out those Stalkers. Those Stalkers represented the only anti-muta defense that Bob had.
Yep, definitely.
So well played game there from Scars. I think more than anything, I was really impressed with his defense that game. His defense of the Warp Prism. The Warp Prism really got virtually nothing done. Scars just kept pushing it away.
Yeah, it was really amazing. I think like 2 queens died, and that was it. And that was the Zealots, not the DT job.
Yeah,
at which point it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the DTs really did nothing. Scars preemptively threw down the Spore Crawlers, and then just had his army in good position to push away the Warp Prism when it tried to go into the main. And what's up, Frame Show? Good to see you, man.